What's up, guys? It's your boy Prince here with another DC Universe video online. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about sorcery healing to be specific. Now, I just came off electricity, man. I went to sorcery test. I'm gonna try it out, and sorcery is completely underrated, and it's underrated, man. I don't know how to say it. I am loving sorcery healing right now. Like, I don't even want to switch to another power right now because sorcery is really good when it comes to healing. Now, I'm gonna go over the pros, the cons, and EOG healing and pure healing when it comes to sorcery. All right, I really recommend that you guys, if you want to get off of electricity or water or any other healing power, you check out sorcery because sorcery is really it really is the most underrated healing power right now. I think it's doing amazing in the new content and the new raids, command ship and Hall of Justice. It's doing really good. And it's holding up against all the rest of these healers out here. Especially if you're tired of Celestial and the combos, go to Sorcery. And I'm gonna tell you why you should go to Sorcery. But enough talking. Let's get straight into this video, man. Let's go to stat points. Let's go into superpowered. You can go into hybrid if you want to. It's a preference. But if you want the 5% restoration, go ahead. I just go for power mostly. So I'm into superpowered. You can put 20 to critical healing chance, 20 to critical, excuse me, as you were, 40 into critical healing magnitude, full on restoration. If you don't have enough for if you don't have enough to put in for restoration, you know, make sure you fill this up first before you going into anything else. But also have enough left over to spec into your weapon, into your iconic powers. But if you do have enough, fully into restoration, might and power will be your next, and then you can do dominance. You can split might and power and dominance 50-50. I should have did that, but I don't know why I didn't do it. But definitely split might and power into dominance because the way these bosses are one-shotting in these new raids is ridiculous. You definitely want some dominance going through. Yeah. So let's go into iconic powers. We're gonna go Pheromone Bloom. Whatever your movement speed is, you're gonna max all these down. Max all these down. All right. For the loadout, so we're gonna do pure healing first. This is our pure healing build. Now, some of you might say, how is it a pure healing if you have Pheromone Bloom? All right. So sometimes what I do is, we're just gonna start. Well, let me go left to right, and then we'll talk about it. All right. So we got your priority heal, Rejuvenate. Right. You got your group heal, Realistic Ward. You got your 8-man heal, Invocation of Renewal. All right, you got your AOE heal. I guess you could say AOE heal, Circle of Protection, and then you have your Soul Well, which is just a HOT, which means heal over time, right? Now, let me be completely real with this. So when it comes to sorcery, all right, you can swap out Pheromone Bloom with Boons of Soul. All right, it's no big deal. And I'm gonna tell you why. Sometimes you need to swap out that supercharge with Boons of Soul. All right, let me go into my inventory real quick just show you guys. So for the artifacts, I got Purple Healing Ray, I got Page of Destiny, I got Transformation Card. Like I said in my electricity video, guys, this is a pure healing loadout. Pure healing. You do not run Eye of Gemini or Scrap the Skull Cloak when you're pure healing. All right, these are the main 3 artifacts you need to be running if you're just trying to pure heal. I would go over EOG healing, but we're going to talk about pure healing first. For your white mods, Tumbling Master for the feet, regenerative shielding. You can change this one up if you want to. It's healer preference. I got the OP headpiece. I got Pheromone Bloom. You can change it if you want to. I got restorative adapter. You can change it if you want to. There's another one for power, but I got the healing one. Neck socket. I don't have a neck in my thing. That's crazy. Let's put one in there. You can use group power. Ooh, you can do that one or focus restoration. Increase your critical power and chance by 50% when you're in the group power heal. No, focus restoration. Next socket, focus restoration. That's crazy. I thought I had one in there. Alright, back socket, accelerated Boons of Soul. You can change it if you want to, but this is what I'm doing. Chest, power, efficiency. No leg socket because the legs don't really matter. And yeah. Cool. Yeah. Alright, so let's get into this loadout, right? So boom, when we're pure healing, right? As sorcery, I'm gonna already say this from the jump. Sorcery is a slow heal. It's a very, very slow heal. So you gotta be quick with these heals, man. So that's why you can replace Boons of Soul. I'm assuming that's why you can replace Pheromone Bloom with Boons of Soul, right? Because sometimes you're gonna need a little protection to get these heals up, to get these heals going quick as hell. You feel me? Sometimes if I do have Pheromone Bloom on there, what I would do is I will run Pheromone Bloom, but I would art swap I Gemini with transformation card and pop Pheromone Bloom. You feel me? That's just if I have my supercharge fully up and I can spend a little bit of my Pheromone Bloom if I really need to. If I know my heals are going through, I don't need Booms of Soul. I don't need the shield, so I might just switch out Booms of Soul with Pheromone Bloom and just run I Gemini and art swap it back. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, guys. So for example, right? So I will go inside, right? Do my little clips and everything, right? I will clip Pheromone Bloom. If it's activated, I will clip Pheromone Bloom, have I Gemini on, and I will swap it back out with Transformation card and continue per healing. You feel me? Just continue doing that, if that makes sense. And then I will just keep rotating it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until the supercharge is fully gone, and then I will just run back transformation card and keep healing regular. All right, that's just for the main part card with the art swapping. I hope that doesn't confuse you guys because I was explaining it a little weird. Hope it makes sense. All right. But for example, let's say we're about to go into the raid, right? We're about to go inside. What's the first thing I will clip? I will clip my AOE with booms. Excuse me, AOE with what is this thing called? Soulwell. All right, circle of protection with Soulwell. So this, let's be real about this whole circle of protection thing, man. Let's look at this. Let's look how far this goes. All right, it goes all the way around, right? Now, when I first switched to sorcery, I was expecting this circle protection to heal like how the water circle thing heals. You know that when the water pool heals, I was expecting the heals to hit as fast as the water pool, but it just doesn't. All right, it really doesn't. So you're really benefiting, or you're depending, excuse me, you're depending on this power right here. All right, you're depending on this. And I had to figure out what is the range for this. This is a very good range. It has a good range on this. It's a heal over time, but usually you can clip at least 2 of these on ground, and the range for these is usually here to here, right to the back of this. This is how far this Soulwell can heal a player. All right, so it's a very good heal, but it's very slow at the same time, right? So it will heal your group members up, but you have to remember that you're going to have to clip some things a little bit faster because it's a little slow. All right, when I say slow, it's like the heals will come, but it's not coming as fast as the what's that shit called? The water pool. All right, because the water pool, for water, that the heals just come up. They come fast as hell, almost rapidly. But for sorcery, when you have circle protection, it's a good 2 to 3 second heal over time when you have this up, right? So you want to clip. Well, you can't clip it. You want to have circle protection and Soulwell up together. So instead of it being a 2 to 3 second heal over time, you have at least a 1 to 2 second heal over time with both of these heal over times going at the same time. All right. You always want to have circle protection and Soulwell up. Always. All right. Always, always, always. Normally, what I do is I will go in, do a little weapon mastery, couple weapon masteries, try to get my crits up, circle protection, Soulwell. Boom, automatically have those 2 up, man, automatically. And with sorcery, it's a little bit easier to incorporate the weapon mastery when it comes to healing. It's a little bit easier. You're gonna find times that, especially in this new raid, that sometimes when the boss is attacking, you need to get out of this animation, and you can't clip circle protection into Soulwell. So sometimes you're gonna have to clip these into your priority to get out the animation quicker and faster, if that makes sense, right? If that makes any sense at all. Your first 3 powers, rejuvenate, which is your priority heal, your group heal, and your 8-man heal. You can clip all these powers together. You can clip those to get out that animation quicker. All right. That's what I recommend, because if you sit there and try to do the full animation for Soulwell and circle protection, you're gonna accidentally get hit, especially in Command Ship Elite when Brainiac is trying to do his spikes. You don't want to get stuck in this animation for so long. See, I'm trying to block. It takes too long. You don't want to clip those 2 powers into a priority or your group heal or your 8-man heal, if that makes sense. All right, cool. So, boom. So we got that out the way. You want to come inside, run into the raid, circle protection, Soulwell. All right, now let's talk about how let's talk about how slow healing is with sorcery. Right, it's not that slow, but you're gonna have to sit there and like. This is why I believe power is really important when it comes to healing. It really is because I personally don't need a troll, but there's healers out here that needs troll and don't have the same amount of skill points as me, or don't have enough skill points as me, or don't have enough mods as me as well. So you're going to need to put your stuff into power, right? So when you have circle protection up and when you have soul well going up, what's going to happen is you're going to have to start spamming priority in your group heal. You're going to have to start clipping these together. Because and it's unfortunate because I would like for sorcery to be a little bit faster when it comes to healing, but it's really not though. And unfortunately, sorcery is just not a fast healer. So what's going to happen is you're going to start spamming your first two powers together, all right, to get some of these heals going. If you have over 200 artifacts, if you have the SP, this is not going to be a problem. Like spamming these two powers are not going to be a problem. And when I say spamming, I mean using it wisely, but not full on just constantly pressing it unless the tank is about to die. But it's going to take a little bit of work if you're very new to sorcery, you don't understand what you're doing. Okay, if you're new to sorcery and just don't get how this is working, it's going to take a minute. All right, cool. But yeah, I hope, I don't know, man. I'm a little bad at explaining things. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Man, I feel like I'm not explaining this very well. Circle protection, so well. You go inside, start doing some weapon mastery clips. Boom, boom. Group heal priority, and just heal as it goes, man. Just heal as you go. Heal as you go. Right? Boom. Keep that up. Keep that up. Keep that up. Do a couple weapon masteries. Boom, boom, boom. Heal as you go. Heal as you go. Heal as you go. I feel as though if you switch this power and you follow this loadout for pure healing, you'll understand what I'm saying. You'll notice how circle of protection and soul well don't heal as fast as you want it, but it does heal. All right, it won't heal as fast, but it will heal. It just takes a minute. So then you're winding up using your priority in your group heal, or even your 8-man heal, just in case if like okay these heals need to come a little bit quicker, right? So because the downfall is they don't heal fast. I guess the upside is you're gonna sit here and like just start, spamming your priority and group heal until they're fully healed up. All right. Me explaining it is a lot better. It's a lot better than I could show you. I could show you a lot better than I could tell you. I'm gonna put a video in here because I feel like I'm kind of rambling with sorcery right now. But I will say this is a very good power when it comes to pure healing. So one more time, just for an example. For example, if I'm going inside right here, the first thing I would do, circle protection, soul well. Boom. Do a couple weapon masteries, boom, boom, boom. Oh my god, the tank's about to die. Priority, priority. My group's losing health. Clip group with priority. Boom, 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 boom. Circle protection, soul well, boom, boom, boom. If I can, I'll art swap Eye of Gemini transformation. Boom, boom. I'll pop Eye of Gemini. Boom, boom, boom. I'll go back into transformation. Boom. I keep healing just like that. Boom, just like that. Keep popping these heals. I keep stacking these heals, guys. Keep stacking these heals. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. Heal's about to die. Somebody's about to die. Brainiac's about to do a one shot. Get these heals going. Get these heals going. Boom. Oh, there we go. Just like that. It's very... You have to know how to use the power. Alright, it took me a week and it took me a couple days to a week to figure out what the hell am I doing with sorcery. Like, what's going on? I did not like it at first, but once I figured out, like, okay, I actually like healing with sorcery. This isn't too bad. I would think you guys would appreciate it as well. Once you figure out, how the power actually works. All right. So that's pure healing. All right. You can remember once again, you can swap out Pheromone Bloom with sorcery if you just don't have the enough skill points or power to maintain your group. All right. I will say this is elite. This is an elite loadout. This can also be a regular loadout where you have Boons of Soul. If you're running the 4-man, you can take out Boons of Soul. You can take out Pheromone Bloom and put in Boons of Soul if you have if you're running the 4-man as well. All right, or the duo. Let's talk about this power move right here, Shard of Life. Now, listen, I tried this. This was my original loadout when I first got Sorcery. Right here. This is my loadout. Now, Shards of Life, it reminds me of Electrogenesis. It's a heal over time. But the problem with Shards of Life is, man, it does not, it's just not worth the heals. You feel me? I looked at it, I looked into it. I I watched how it would heal my team members, and the heals are just not. It's just not worth it, man. It's really not. You could test it yourself, but when it comes to like little 3 ticks of these heal over time, when it comes to Shards of Life, it's just I don't think it's worth it at all. Um, I don't think you should put in your loadout. It's like there's always those healing powers. There's like every healing power has that one useless heal over time. Like with electricity, it's electrogenesis. Some people use it, some people don't. Or like arc lightning, and with sorcery, it's Charge of Life. I don't remember celestial or nature or water, but I know they definitely have like that one HOT that's like useless. Some people even thought about using. There's a pool that sorcery has. This one right here, yeah. Soul Bolt. Do not use this at all. Do not use Soul Bolt. I don't care who tells you what. Do not use that. That is a pool. You are not the tank. You are not the troll. You should not be pulling anything to anybody. You shouldn't be doing none of that. So don't even worry about that. Just follow what I said when it comes to pure healing. Pure healing, alright? This is a good loadout for pure healing. Remember, you can take away Pheromone, Blue Soul. Alright, cool. Now, let's get into EOG. Let me come up here so I can change... Oh, I can't change my build. There we go. Let's get into EOG healing, right? Let's get into EOG. Let's get into EOG. Now, I am kind of getting used to EOG healing. I remember when I made my electricity video, I was like, I don't really like it that much, but I'm starting to get used to it. I'm starting to understand it just a tad bit, but enough so I can explain how to do this correctly. All right. So when you're EOG healing, nothing's changing but the artifact, Eye of Gemini. That is the only thing that's changing is Eye of Gemini. All right. Stat points, what's going to change is same as everything. Iconic, same as everything. But super speed, you're going to spec into metabolic boost. If you don't have this in the other movements, I think every movement has at least one supercharge. Figure out what that supercharge is for your movement, but every movement should have one supercharge in it. Put that supercharge in, and this will be the loadout. So you're gonna have Rejuvenate, you have Realistic Ward, you're gonna have your 8-man heal, you're gonna have Pheromone Bloom, Metabolic Boost, and Transcendence. There we go, Transcendence. Alright, cool. So you have your 10k heal, which is Transcendence, you have the 25, then you have your another 25, alright? What you should do is, once you get Scrap of the Soul Cloak up, you will replace Page of Destiny with Scrap. Alright. I don't have Scrap fully up, but if you get these two maxed up to 200 or 180, whatever, have Purple Healing Ray with it. This is a full EOG heal. Because I don't have Scrap all the way maxed up, I keep my transformation. I keep my Page of Destiny in there to make up for the lack of Scrap of the Soul Cloak that I don't have. All right. So boom, you come in here. It's the same loadout. The only difference is you're not relying on your Circle of Protection or Boons of Soul. And I've tried this rotation. I think it's a very, very, very good rotation. Now, what you could do is you could replace this 10k for Circle of Protection or Boons of Soul if you really wanted to. Because I rarely use Transcendence. I rarely use it because I just don't have enough supercharge to waste for a full-on 10k. I just don't have enough because I don't have Scrap of the Soul Cloak. So if you really wanted to, you could replace Transcendence with Boons of Soul or Circle Protection and just move everything, shift everything back down. All right, if you really wanted to. But let me make it very clear. I soloed healed I solo healed Command Ship Elite with this loadout, and it was amazing, man. I didn't have no problems with this at all. You get your heals from Pheromone Bloom, and you also get the heals from the other supercharge in your movement speed. It's very good. My heals are very good when it comes to just healing with these 3 powers itself, even without relying on Circle Protection and Boons of the Soul. I do the same thing as I would do in my pure healing. I would just pop these, and I would just heal as I go, heal as I go, right? You got to be a little bit. You got to be a little bit careful when it comes to this, because you got to make sure the heals are actually. You got to be paying attention to your team members. And you got to be paying attention to your power as well. I don't run out of power, and I've never ran out of power healing. I don't even know like if it's possible for me to run out of power, especially if I have a good group. I just don't. I rarely need to troll sometimes, but what you're really going to be depending on is your group and your priority heal and your supercharges. The 8-man heal is more of an emergency heal. I will only use my 8-man if it's an emergency, if I know the boss is finna one-shot us like crazy. I will only use my 8-man heal for emergency. You gotta remember, this is your biggest heal right now. This is your biggest heal to heal the entire group, right? Let's say you got both your things on cooldown. You gotta pop that 8-man quick as hell. You gotta pop that 8-man. But this is what I would run if I was running EOG. Like I said, you can replace that last power for circle protection if you want to, or you can replace it with a shield. You can honestly replace this last power with anything if you just don't want to, you know, only shoot out IGN at one time for a 10k. If you really wanted to, I have no problem. I don't see nothing wrong with doing that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Aya Gemini. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying my best to explain it. Like I said, you have to be the power to understand the power. But all I can do is pretty much provide you the loadout. And then if you have questions or anything, definitely let me know in the comment section below. For allies, let's get into this. I have Static Shock. Excuse me. I have Static Shock. I have Cyborg, and I have Shazam. All right, Shazam. I have Shazam. Um, so when it comes to Shazam, sorry guys, I gotta tell. When it comes to Shazam, I'm really liking Shazam right now. Let's go to details. I put him into the second support ally. Um, the weapon attacks grants 1% of restoration up to a maximum stacks. Now, once you fully max this out to level 10, when you fully max out Shazam to level 10, I believe it's 25 stacks that you can do. Alright, so for example, let's look at my restoration. 21034. Alright. Now, when it said was with Shazam, my maximum stack is 5. So weapon attacks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at my restoration. 227. Alright. 227. The higher you get Shazam, the higher you get your restoration going. Alright. I only have him like at level 6 right now. I just unlocked him at level 6, but once you get him level 10, I believe this max stack is 25. Alright. This I think it's very useful. Your restoration doesn't reset unless you use a priority or a group heal. Alright, so the moment, let's look at the restoration one more time. 227, right? The moment I use a priority, boom, it goes back to 221. Goes back to 221. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 227. Alright? Boom. Group heal. Goes back to 221. I think it's very beneficial. And the only reason I have Cyborg is because of power. Keep leveling him up. Do what you got to do with Cyborg. I mean, I think he's pretty good. You can also use the Batman Who Laughs if you wanted to. Yeah, I really haven't looked into allies that much because it's very dependent on how you want to heal. I do think Shazam is a really good heal for all healers. I don't really care what power you are. Shazam is a really good heal for all healers. I think if you really wanted to use Shazam, you can use him as your combat ability as well, or you can use him as a support ability as well. But you know, honestly, he's pretty good for both. You don't have to use Static Shock for the combat ally. You can honestly take Static Shock out there, but because I have him, I just, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna put him in there. But if you find another combat ally, go ahead and put him in there if you want to. It doesn't really matter. It's no big deal. But definitely, I do think if your electricity have Static Shock and Shazam, they're really good together. But if you're like Sorcery, Celestial, Nature, you really just need Static Shock. I mean, you really just need Shazam. Yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to allies. That's about it. Honestly, I don't really have any other comments unless I don't think I'm missing something. Remember, guys, Pheromone Bloom is a Death Blossom Seed is a really good trinket to have for healing. Um, yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. These are my augments. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. Yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm gonna put in a clip that's just to show you how I was healing in the new raids. Remember, if you have any comments or questions, or if you feel as though I didn't explain it well enough, definitely hit me in the comment section below. I have no problem responding to you guys, or like texting, or talking if I kind of overtalked something, if I didn't explain something correctly. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Um, Once again, DC Universe Video Online. This is Young Prince here. Going over a sorcery healing loadout. I see you when I see you. Peace.